everybody.
Good evening, Philippines. Good morning, America.
Good morning, everybody. We're going to have a video today that's probably going to be her favorite. But we've seen a lot of posts lately from people that live in other areas about the cost of living. So we thought we would discuss this area here. I can't speak for Cebu because I haven't been down there. But we have looked at areas like Dumaguete and stuff like that, and they seem to be a little more expensive, especially if you get out into the province a little further, like Valencia and that area. The price seems to be a little different. But she hates this word budget with a passion. It's her undoing. But realistically,
I can't comprehend about budget.
But realistically, because of the timing right now that we're trying to get to next year, I have to really be forceful on the budget, because if not, we're going to have problems. And we've already had to deal with some issues that popped up that we weren't expecting.
Especially this quarantine.
Yeah, this quarantine has caused me a lot of issues. We had to eat 2 plane tickets, and unfortunately my son had helped me on those, and I'm not going to let him eat it, so I'm going to have to make sure that I can do the right thing there. But not being able to work since February, Valentine's Day when I got here, it's just been really, really careful. You have to be super careful.
Quarantine hurts us too much because first, I can't go to work because there is no way to go to work.
Yeah, you just started back this week.
I just started back this June 1st, which my boss need to pick me up and send me home.
Yeah,
so
G's still apprehensive about riding public transit, and I don't blame her. But her working, and even though they don't pay much, it does help out. She's able to help out with like the cable bill and stuff like that. So and the grocery bill. And one thing before I get into this, I want to kind of put a squelch on some of the people that says you can't. Everything here is so cheap. That's not really true. You have to be selective. And me, because I have a really weird palate, I'm kind of funny about things I eat. I won't buy meat off the side of the road or anything like that. And I know people are going to send me comments and saying that, I'm sorry. I want to buy it in a grocery store, where I can trust that it's been properly processed. It may not be. It may not be properly processed. I don't know. But in my mind,
health is important to us.
Right. And in my age, I have 3 issues I just was dealing with between the ulcer, had to have my, I can't even think of that, my gallbladder removed, and then also dealing with a hernia. So I'm very careful about food. I would rather do without than eat something I think that's going to make me sick. I can always fix me a rum and coke and I'm good to go, or a cup of coffee.
And even in drinking water.
Yeah, we get mineral water delivered.
Yeah, aside it is a mineral water, but still we boil drinking water.
I mean, to my mind, why not be safe?
It's better to be safe.
It's all about even the potatoes and stuff. I know people say, well, you can just use the water for no. I use my mineral water for my potatoes or boiling my egg. And people sitting in America, you don't see some of the reports that we've seen. When we was in Manila, I was seeing the fecal matter content and stuff like that for the water, and it scared the hell out of me. So even the mineral water, everybody else here drinks it. Paulo has no problem. He gets a glass of the mineral water and drinks it, no issue. I just can't take a chance. So I don't want to get off on that too much. I just let you know that the prices here, when you go to spend money, it can be different. The first thing I'm going to discuss is rent. Now we're lucky; we've been here 5 years.
Yeah,
we haven't had a rent increase in 5 years.
Nope.
So we only pay 5,000 pesos. Which most of y'all probably just had your jaw drop and all this kind of stuff. But in Manila, we were paying almost 20,000. Yeah. It shows you the difference of living in Manila and living out.
It's a huge difference.
And we always get the 1 bedroom. We're thinking about later on maybe getting a 2 when we move somewhere else, and we're not even sure where that's going to be. But we always get a nice 1 bedroom. This one's big. This is bigger than some of my 1 bedroom apartments I have in the States. It's just not laid out very well. Our utility bill, there's the before Warren gets here utility bill, and there's the after Warren gets here utility bill. I have to give her credit. She does a really good job when I'm not here of keeping the utility bill down to around 1,200, 1,300 pesos or less. Sometimes she's had it down around 1,000. Unfortunately, when I get here, it goes straight up.
And it's summer this time.
Right,
so
it's very hot. It's just been.
it's a big difference
We've had
from the weather.
We've had some heat indexes of 115, 116 degrees. You got to run the air some, but we try to just run it at night from 10 to like 6 in the morning when we're sleeping. So the utility bill, I don't have an accurate because it's been 3 different times where they've had to bill us 2 months. But right now, I'm estimating our utility bill to average about 3,500 pesos a month. Once we kind of get this settled down. Our cable bill runs us about 1,500. I might put my glasses on for the rest of this. We have a really good cable here now with this Sky cable. The internet works pretty well most of the time. A big. We were buying it daily, and it was causing a lot of problems. This here has been a lot better.
It's a little bit higher compared to other internet because Sky Cable has a TV cable. So it's a combination of internet and a TV. And
we don't even use the TV stuff because it's all Tagalog language stuff. And then I think there's one HBO channel, but it's the old HBO movies from 1980 and all this kind of stuff. There's nothing current on there. So really between YouTube and Netflix, we can find plenty of stuff to watch. It's nice knowing if she wants to watch a local news that she can switch on to that. But it's really nothing else. My medicine runs me around 1,000 pesos a month. And that's actually, I'm only buying 2 things here. I stopped taking some of the other stuff when I came back here. I only take my levothyroxine for my thyroid, and then I have another one I take for my ulcer. It's just basically, it's a basic generic form of Nexium. Nexium, like I said, you can't buy it. It's too expensive. But this one I buy works good, so I don't have no issue with it. What I put down here is because I've been charged so many different prices. So I went on the high side for a monthly charge on my Visa extension of 3,500 pesos. Last month, the last time we did it in March, for some reason they charged me 1,000 pesos express fee, which I thought it was only going to be 500. So I had the receipt I was looking at again today before I did this vlog, and I saw that it was 1,000 pesos just on that. So we're going to check into that on this one when we have to go back. I have this whole month to go back. Our food bill is probably going to be different than most people. We do most all of our own cooking. We very rarely eat out. Once we get on a little better financial status, we probably go out. Well, we like going to the Pizza Hut. They have this little special where you get 2 mini pizzas, soup, pasta. It's a really great deal for $5. It's a fantastic
combo. Combo for 2.
Oh, it includes the drinks also. I mean, it's
drinks, soup, 2 different pasta, and pizza.
Right, and
2 single pizza.
Yeah, she can't eat half of it. We end up bringing half of it home. So we have those kind of places we go, but we just don't go out to, like for Valentine's Day we went to Kenny Rogers, and they have ribs,
We went to Kenny Rogers because it's a special day.
It was a love day, I know. But the Kenny Rogers is really good here. They have a nice fish dinner that she likes. The ribs are tasty, they're good, but they're just so small. Being from where I'm from, I'm used to a rib bone being this long, not this long. But that's a nice place to eat. We have other stuff here. We have, what's your pizza place down? We have Domino's and Yellow Cab, and so we have all this stuff. And then the next town we have is, they have a few other better quality food there. So the food, I have it down as 12,000, and what I do on that is I budget 1,500 pesos twice a week for us going to Walter Mart. And that equals out to 3 to 4 is 12,000. And we eat meat with pretty much every meal, so it ain't like we're going hungry. We just, the hot dogs here I consider unedible, so we can't eat that. But the lunch meat, I get the ham they have here, and then we eat a lot of chicken. And then the pork's okay. I like the pork. When she cooks her different dishes and stuff like that, we use pork. It tastes fine. But we have 12,000 that we budget for that. And that's when we really run into problems because somebody don't like sticking to that budget at all, but we really need to. And then the miscellaneous one I have down, I put in 3,000 pesos for miscellaneous. And that's Diet Cokes and chips and snacks and stuff like that. And well, we don't buy a lot of chocolate anymore, but we get a little bit. We like these little cookies now we found that were really cheap. And then I budget my water in on that because I get water. Basically, I get one container 3 times a week. So that's 120 pesos a week. So it equals up to almost 500 pesos just for the water we get delivered. So I hear people saying, "Oh, we hear it every day on people's blogs. Oh, we only spend 100 pesos a month on water." I don't know how the hell they do it. Because, like I said, we easily get 3 of those containers a week. Sometimes we get a 4th one. But if you look at that, and then transportation, we only, because we're quarantined, we can't go nowhere. So we only use 40 or 50 pesos when we come in home to Walmart. We walk to Walmart and we walk to the market, but the groceries are heavy and sometimes we have frozen stuff. So we'll take a tricycle back. 40 pesos, so twice a week, 40 is 80. Time 4 is 300. And I put down 500 just in case she has to go somewhere else or whatever.
Your tip for the tricycle
Yeah, and I always
driver.
tip the tricycle guys, especially since they've been out of work for so long. But with all that put down, it came out to right at 30,000 pesos, which is with the $50 exchange I put it at, equals out to about $600. And we've been sticking to that, and like I said, it's really hard because she just doesn't understand when I say, "Man, we can't afford that 500 peso shampoo, and we can't
It's not
afford."
500. It's not 500. It's so exaggerated. Here's the thing. I asked you, love my hair.
Yeah.
So you need shampoo and conditioner.
And we won't discuss. She has gotten better at washing her hair 75 times a week now. That she's got it down a few less than that. After she didn't believe me, of course. My sister had to convince her that she was damaging her hair by washing it with so much. But we just have to be really careful. And then, like I said, hopefully this time next year we can look back on this and laugh about it. But really, I've been hearing a lot of people, and we follow quite a few. There's some people. I don't appreciate the language they use on here, and I guess it's their right. I don't really think it's necessary when every other word, to me, if my mother or my sister can't watch the vlog, I'm not going to do it. So I don't really get it. But I see so many people say, "Oh, you can't do it for 1,500. You can't." I guess they're right. If you go eat out at Kenny Rogers every night, and you go eat out at a restaurant, and go to the bar room. But we just live a simple life. We don't really, we've never been to a bar room or anything, so.
Because I don't drink.
Yeah, she don't drink. I tried to sneak her one every once in a while, but I can smell it. I can smell it, so.
I know the smell of the liquor.
But you actually did try a glass of wine one time, but she didn't like it, but she tried it.
The red wine.
Yeah, she tried it.
Just a sip, and it's so bitter.
Yeah, she didn't like it. But the main thing with here is, before I get comments telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about, I've been here for 6 years. And pretty much have stuck to this budget every time I'm here for 6 years. That's when she gets mad with me. When I walk in the door, I say, "Baby, we're going to have to stick to the budget because I only brought this amount of money with me." And that's what caused the problem here, because I stopped working before I left to come here when the volcano erupted. And I had to explain to her, I said, "Gee, I don't have any income coming in, and we have to be really careful."
And you know what? If I go to the grocery, just for example, I saw the chocolate, and the chocolate saw me and just like
A magnet.
come and pick me
A
up.
magnet. It's got, the chocolate here has magnets in there. When she walks by, they sticks to her hand. She can't let it go.
It's begging me to pick them out.
Yeah. But one of the things is, like I said, we have this conversation on a regular basis because it is unfair that we're just going through this trying time right now. And I try to get her to understand because she sees the pictures of my life before. And I know it's a struggle for her to understand. And I wish it was different. Some of the things that I've had to endure over the last 4 or 5 years were none of my doings. And I just try to make the best of it from day to day. But before anybody feels sorry for us, we're comfortable.
Yeah.
We have a nice bed to sleep in. We have a roof over our head.
We eat 3, 4, or 5 times a day.
No. We eat 2 meals a day. We may snack. But one of the things we did to help the budget is we don't really eat a breakfast because I like my coffee and she drinks this powdered milk stuff. So we don't really eat it. And we kind of make our breakfast our
And I'm not used to eat a heavy breakfast.
Yeah, we try to make it like a brunch. We'll cook our eggs and stuff around 10 or 11 o'clock. and then we eat an early dinner around 4 or 5.
In between, we have our snacks.
Yeah, the good thing about the Philippines is if you want a snack, which I know all the health people are going to tell me, Warren, that's why you're so fat. Okay, they just have to find me a bigger casket. But, you know, the one thing I will
Pleasantly plump.
Yeah, pleasantly plump. That's what we tell each other. We're pleasantly plump. But one of the things you'll find out is you can buy little candies and stuff like. Hand me one of those. Yeah. I will tell you. If you find in America these Cloud 9s, they're 12 pesos here, which is basically a quarter. And they're fantastic. They're bigger than the Snickers. She eats it as a meal. But you can get these little candies like this and all this kind of stuff for a couple pennies. So it makes a nice little snack. And then we try to, now that she's back at work, I normally have dinner ready for her when she comes home at 5 o'clock. But this budget is very manageable. You can make it happen, but you're just not going to be able to have any extras. You're not going to be able to run out and say, oh, I want this, I want that. That's not going to happen.
This one is in a strict budget.
And we've done a pretty good job of sticking to it.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully this will help you. I appreciate any comments back on it. Like I said, this is for this area here. I understand that real estate in other parts of the country are a lot more expensive, but just kind of want to give you a feel that a $600 budget is manageable in the Philippines. You just have to be careful where you live. Please subscribe.
Yeah, I just want to say something about when we were living in Manila, just 30,000 is for all the bills only. Food is not included.
Right, just the bills. Yeah.
Yeah, we're paying a big amount of money on our condo, and especially on the electric bill.
And we ate out every day.
Yeah, and because all these stores and restaurants are calling us.
Yeah, they had the Pizza Hut and everything else, the Dairy Queen.
If you look at the window, this seems like they're waving on us. Come down, come down.
We couldn't. And when we was in Manila, we tried $1,000 budget, and no,
it never works because when you go out. If you ride in a taxi, transportation is expensive.
And we had the kids there on the weekends, so you have to buy a lot more food when the kids come and all this stuff. So in Manila, I agree.
It's a big difference.
I would assume that minimally in Manila, you need $1,500 minimum, and that's as long as you're not over in Makati. You stay more like Manila in that area over there.
So that's the reason why I decided to move. In the province, Manila is polluted because of
the pollution,
of
the diesel
fuels. We usually have this cough. So here you can have a fresh air.
We have the door open right now.
And the expenses is lesser compared to living in Manila.
Yeah, so like I said,
we're living comfortably.
Yeah, we just didn't want to make it a controversial video. We just want to let you know that 6 years, we have a history of 6 years of living on this budget.
Yeah.
So we know it can be done. This ain't, I hear a lot of people say, I've been here 3 months and I can't do it. Okay, well, I agree, I believe you. But I'm just saying, we've been together here for 6 years and been able to live within this budget. The only thing I didn't put on there was my credit cards because I try not to use them except very rarely. But that's the only thing I didn't put on our normal expenses are all here. Now, emergency medical pops up, then that's a whole different animal. But we haven't had any major things pop up on us lately. All right, guys. Well, we want to just kind of give you our 2 cents worth on what it costs to live here. Yeah. And I know budget is a 6-letter word that she hates, so I had to be real careful how I made her fix my snack first. And then we talked about the budget, because if I talked about the budget first, I wouldn't have got no snacks. So
I'm thankful that Papa Bear is very good at a budget.
I don't have a choice. So just don't have a choice.
I really hate budget. The words budget.
Yeah, and when I say it, her eyes just roll back in the back of her head. And she just don't want no part of it.
Okay, and thank you for watching this video. And just don't forget to subscribe, and hit the bell.
Right. And leave comments. Please, comments help. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening. Hopefully you manage your budget. Good night.
And good luck. And see you in our next video.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.